Welcome to today's video, Ephesians 3 verse 17 explained. That Christ may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye, being rooted and grounded in love. This verse is part of the Apostle Paul's powerful prayer for the believers in Ephesus. His desire is that Christ would not only be known intellectually but would dwell deeply in the hearts of believers through faith. When Paul says that Christ may dwell in your hearts by faith, he is speaking of a living relationship with Jesus that goes beyond surface-level religion. To dwell means to make a home, to settle in. Paul is not talking about a guest staying temporarily. He is asking that Jesus takes up permanent residence in the lives of those who trust him. This happens by faith. Faith is the channel through which Christ enters and stays in our hearts. It's not about working harder or being perfect. It's about believing, trusting, and depending on Jesus daily. Faith opens the door to his presence. It's a continual trust in the promises of God and in the work of Jesus on the cross. Then Paul adds that ye, being rooted and grounded in love. This gives us a picture of stability and depth. Rooted is a word taken from the world of plants. Just as a tree sends its roots deep into the soil to find strength and nourishment, the believer is to be rooted in love. Love becomes the foundation that sustains us. Grounded is a word from the world of architecture. A building must have a solid foundation or it will collapse. In the same way, the Christian life must be built upon the solid ground of love. Not just love for others, but first and foremost the love of God. When we are aware of how deeply God loves us, we become strong, immovable, and secure in our faith. These two ideas, rooted and grounded, tell us that love is both our nourishment and our foundation. The deeper we grow in understanding God's love, the stronger we become in our walk with Him. And that love is shown perfectly through Jesus Christ. This verse also connects to the wider context of Ephesians, chapter 3. Paul is emphasizing the unity of believers and the mystery of Christ dwelling in both Jews and Gentiles. And at the heart of it all is love. God's plan was always to bring people together through Christ and to build a church where His love could be experienced and shared. So when Christ dwells in our hearts by faith, and we are rooted and grounded in love, we are not only strengthened individually but also as a community of believers. Love becomes the bond that connects us. It becomes the evidence that Christ is truly living in us. This is not about emotions or temporary feelings. It is about a deep, abiding sense of love that comes from knowing Jesus personally. It affects how we think, how we act, and how we relate to others. Ephesians 3 verse 17 challenges us to examine our hearts. Is Christ truly dwelling in us? Are we drawing strength from His love daily? Are our lives built on that love? If so, then we will grow, flourish, and stand firm no matter what comes our way.